Chapter 41 Mutated Demon Leader. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Need any meds? Like, aspirin or something? The officer asked again. Tons, the warriors shot back. This was shaping up to be a serious fight. Everyone instinctively reached for their guns and any mystical gear they had. Minmin, give me your arm, Yi Ju instructed, then, he jabbed a needle into her. Ah! Minmin murmured, unable to help herself. A faint, dark glow circled around her, making her feel itchy, hot, and generally irritated. About 10 minutes crawled by. Then, Minmin threw up all over the floor, a nasty mix of black and red goo. Everyone around her paled, completely freaked out. They had no idea what Yi Ju had injected her with, so they were terrified. It's a demon concoction, boosts physical strength, Yi Ju explained. Just then, Minmin felt a surge of strange power welling up inside. It felt like she'd just eaten a pound of ghost peppers. And chugged 10 bottles of bootleg liquor. Her face flushed crimson. She almost couldn't handle it. This demon potion was one of the items dropped by the fog-killing demon. He'd already used it on himself. Within 10 minutes, Minmin's convulsions stopped. The potion had enhanced her mental strength. Now, she possessed a mind sharper than any ordinary person. She could clearly sense the powerful presence in the hospital. A demon leader? Was this the power of a demon leader? Minmin looked excited. However, her newfound mental power had just poked the demon leader in the eye. A piercing shriek ripped through the air. The horrifying sound echoed throughout the hospital. Another scream. Even louder than the first. Boom, boom, boom. Every window shattered. Ah! The soldiers clapped their hands over their ears. Boom! Suddenly, a short figure plummeted from the sky, cracks spiderwebbed across the floor. Demon leader. This is a mutated demon leader. Its powers on par with a greater demon. Yi Ju stated, staring at their visitor. Ding! Human, you have a very particular scent. You killed a fog-killing demon. The mutated demon leader's eyes burned blood red as she zeroed in on Yi Ju, completely ignoring everyone else. A cruel smile spread across her face. Her shark-like teeth clicked menacingly. Figures, the mutated demon leader. Her language is better than a great demon's. Yi Ju smirked. Give me your flesh and blood. Especially your flesh and blood. The mutated demon leader's chest heaved, a musty smell puffed from her nostrils. Come and get it if you're tough enough. Yi Ju activated all his buffs. But then, a ferocious roar, brimming with savage intent and bloodlust, shook the air. Everyone whipped around to see the mutated demon leader with their eyes wide. Wings. This mutated demon leader actually had 2 fleshy wings sprouting from its back. A pair of jet-black eyes glared down at him coldly. She wasn't flying. She was leaping, diving straight at him. And there were even a pair of scimitar-like barbs on her arms, razor-sharp. She moved so fast it was almost impossible to react. For a split second, Yi Ju's buffs barely allowed him to dodge. Watch out! A soldier stepped in front of Yi Ju and was flung back over 30 feet, a huge gash ripped open his abdomen. Blood gushed out. If he wasn't a new human, the blow would have torn him in two, but, this time, the mutant demon leader's attack froze. Thunder and lightning, wind blades, and fireballs all over the sky quickly started to form. Chapter 42 The bet was won. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The mutated demon leader's eyes glinted with amusement. So, Yi Ju wasn't invincible, and the demon was only playing defensively after blocking with its wings. Those basic skills were useless against demons stronger than your average big bad. Suddenly, the mutated demon leader's body ballooned. She charged the soldiers like a mountain of meat. This thing is too strong. Sweat beaded on the soldiers' foreheads as their nerves tightened. This damn demon's physiology was insane. In a single swipe, she took out 5 or 6 of them. Looks like it's gonna be a brawl. Yi Ju took a deep breath. Buffs weren't working. He just had to muscle through it. He focused, trying to anticipate her movements. Then, a gust of wind blasted him from the right. His hair and clothes whipped in that direction. he was shocked and swung his weapon, bang. The weapon shattered, a razor-sharp claw shot out from the demon, aiming for his heart. So damn fast, Yi Ju exclaimed, stunned, boom. A massive force slammed into him, sending him flying backwards. What a punch. Yi Ju was surprised. He used the momentum to flip back onto his feet. As soon as Yi Ju landed, the mutated demon leader roared at the sky. How's it feel to get a taste of your own medicine? A slight smile played on her lips. The demon had been stunned by Yi Ju's earlier punch, the damage had been fully reflected back at her. Roar. A swirling mass of air gathered above her, demonic power. Yi Ju was startled and dodged, bang. A wave of putrid stench washed over him. The mass of air exploded right where Yi Ju had been, a life or death moment. The world went silent, then, 5 versions of Yi Ju appeared, layered like an illusion. They charged head-on at the mutated demon leader. At the point of impact, the 5 phantoms slammed into the demon all at once, boom, thunder cracked overhead. Raindrops the size of marbles started falling, everything blurred, shrouded in the downpour. Impossible. The mutated demon leader's bloodshot eyes were wide with shock and disbelief. She had been split in 2. Her weapon lay twisted and buried in the ground. As those final words escaped her, she fell. The demon's life shattered. Phew. Yi Ju took a deep breath. He'd done it. Just barely. He'd gambled and won. 5-fold phantom. This skill, originally used by the fog-killing demon, he'd converted into a permanent buff. It was now his passive ability, but it only had a small chance of activating. Like that story about the old lady who lifted a car to save her grandson, or the mom who ran 100 meters in 5 seconds to save her kid falling from a building. They tapped into hidden reserves when it mattered most. Of course, the old lady died the next day and the mother's health declined. They burned out their potential. But new humans were different. They could handle the energy output. Did he get it? Is the demon leader dead? Someone asked in disbelief. The demon had blown their minds. Flying, shooting explosive blasts, but Yi Ju had taken it down. The guy was seriously strong. A level 5 new human, just as they thought. They had to report this to command when they got back to base. This guy was going places. Dead. Yi Ju confirmed. His dark hair was plastered to his forehead, sweat dripping from the ends. Time to grab the loot. Chapter 43. Extract the buff again. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Okay, 2 skill books and 2 pieces of gear, ***, Song of Ice ***, level, 3. Gold tier, special effect, 50% chance to freeze an enemy on attack, forcing a 2-second stun. Aside from this equipment, the other skill books were pretty useless. After seeing that mutated demon boss buff itself with low-level magic, Yi Ju decided to double down on his passive build. That 50% freeze chance on attack, boosted with some future fast attack buffs. He'd basically have a guaranteed stun on every other hit, making him unstoppable. With that thought, Yi Ju extracted the special effect. The system chimed. Ding! Extraction successful. New permanent buff acquired. Check your buff bar. Yi Ju *quickly checked it. ***, ice control buff ***, nice. He nodded and looked at the other piece of equipment. ***, Heart of Evil ***, level, 2. Gold tier, special effect, regenerates 10 energy points per second. Great for energy-based characters, but not much use to Yi Ju. Still, can't hurt to have it. He extracted it. Ding! Extraction successful. New permanent buff acquired. Check your buff bar. Another special effect added to his collection. With the equipment taken care of, there were still the 2 skill books. ***, Silence ***, grants a featherlight silence when using energy, useful for stealth, consumes 5 energy points per second. Not bad. Yi Ju extracted the effect and made it a permanent passive, ditching the energy cost. Finally, the last skill book. Magic Immunity. Level, 4. Gold tier, special effect, immune to 10% of all energy attacks. Extract. Yi Ju did just that. Now he had 120% damage reflection, 10% physical immunity, and 10% magic immunity. What's going on? Su Ziyue woke up on the bus. She remembered the soldiers following Yi Ju into the hospital to find medicine, then she'd passed out and had a bunch of nightmares. Now she was awake, and her injuries were almost gone. Was it really a healing technique? She was shocked. Really shocked. When did she get treated? She looked at Qing Xian and the others. They were still out, covered in blood, with deep frowns. Dong, who had briefly woken up when the bus stopped, but then passed out again, they'd all been close to death. Should have been goners for sure. Why were they still alive? And getting better? She couldn't even imagine what method could have healed them all so quickly. Wait, someone at the stronghold mentioned something like this, said it was a miracle. Su Ziyue's feeling grew stronger. A group heal? It had to be a group heal. The kind of equipment the Major was looking for. Could it be, on Yi Ju? Who are you? Su Ziyue stepped off the bus, confused. Another girl stood there, a student. Dong Minmin smiled shyly. Hi, I'm Dong Minmin. Chapter 44. 4 more to go. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Dong Minmin. Nice to meet you. Su Ziyue nodded, sizing her up. This Dong Minmin was definitely a newbie. Her level wasn't hidden, level 1, but she was in decent shape, like she'd been working out. No idea how. Yi Ju must have given her something, some kind of physical enhancer. Otherwise, where would she get those muscles? And Yi Ju? Su Ziyue asked. He said to tell you he's already gone. Dong Minmin replied. Gone? Where'd he go? Su Ziyue was immediately taken aback. I don't know. He left before we even got to the stronghold. Dong Minmin said, her eyes filled with admiration. She'd seen Yi Ju leave with her own eyes. She'd even called out to him, but he just smiled and left. What's going on? Shouldn't I be dead? Qing Xian mumbled, waking up. Dong, who pulled open his shirt, looking shocked. My injuries actually healed. We were all wrong about him. That Yi Ju's a level 5 newbie, Su Ziyue said, a hint of confusion in her eyes. What are you talking about? That cripple, a level 5? Yang Wenchao said, also waking up as they arrived at the stronghold. He couldn't believe it. Imagine that, a cripple you look down on, turns out to be level 5? No way. Really, Dong Hu confirmed. I was shocked at first too, but he saved us. We were all treated, Su Ziyue added. Mu Yong asked about it. The group healing tech the Major mentioned, that's probably him, right? Or it's something he has. Qing Xian adjusted his glasses. He's the newbie with the area healing tech. Yang Wenchao got all excited. The guy the Major was looking for was right there with them. Where is he? Where is he? He demanded. Handing Yi Ju over to the Major would be a huge win. He could trade him for gear, supplies, food, water. The army had looted a ton of stuff in the city, tons of it. Humph, I know what you're thinking, but Yi Ju's already left, Su Ziyue said coldly, a smirk playing on her lips. What? Left? Damn it. Do you have any idea how important he is, how insane area healing is? Yang Wenchao yelled. He couldn't believe what he was hearing. All I know is he saved your sorry hide, and he saved ours, Su Ziyue retorted. Damn it. Yang Wenchao slammed his fist into the wall. He did grab some medical supplies from the hospital, Dong Hu said. I woke up once and saw him. He hadn't expected Yi Ju to just leave without a reward. As a sergeant, he knew how valuable area healing abilities were, but the guy was gone. Best to just report it honestly. Yi Ju wasn't heading back to the military base. The army's work was way too complicated. If he wanted to find fallen gold, there'd be plenty of chances, especially in military research facilities. That stuff was everywhere. Not in this city, though, probably not even set up yet. I scored a flesh magic core. A mutant leader's magic core can hold up to 4. That gives me 10 total. Yi Ju grinned. Now he could evolve into a mutant. Mutants could modify their own body structures. If he did it now, it would be huge. he was going to be a special evolver, just 4 more crystal magic cores to go. Chapter 45 Looking for the Nest. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Okay, gotta double check the last known location of that spirit body's lair, the devil doll. Yi Ju paused, thinking, good thing he had that demon lair finding buff. Yep, it's around here. A few minutes later, Yi Ju's eyes snapped open, a grin spreading across his face. Busting this devil doll's lair was gonna net him way more than 4 crystal magic cores, that was enough to finally level up. After a quick bite to recharge, he headed towards the direction he was sensing, ruins. Ruins everywhere you looked, the city was a smoky wasteland, ravaged by demons, everything was burning. Every inch of ground seemed to be on fire. Now and then, he'd run into some eyeless demon or animal twisted by demonic goo, all trying to kill him, but they were toast before they even got close. Thanks to Yi Ju's buff, any low-level trash mob got auto-attacked into oblivion. The problem was, killing one demon without clearing out quick would set off a chain reaction. More and more demons would swarm him, attacking non-stop until he dropped. Didn't matter, Yi Ju just kept on walking. More and more demons showed up, the whole place was screaming with them. A tidal wave of demons rushed him like crazy, like kicking over an anthill and having every ant in the colony come at you. Poof. 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 They just kept exploding. Flesh and blood painted the air like bright fireworks. Yi Ju calmly slurped up the demon blood with his Huang Quan Dao blueprint. Dealing with all these demons should be about the right amount of blood. The fight raged for a solid half hour, but it was a one-sided beatdown. Yi Ju finally got to the spot he was sensing, completely untouched. The ground, split open by the demon god's sword, glowed with raging flames. Standing nearby was a group of people wearing get-ups that looked more like armor than clothes. The armor was wrapped tight around their bodies, heads included. No way to see their faces. The armor itself was black and purple. Dragon Kingdom Research Institute soldiers. Yi Ju was caught off guard. Those eggheads from the Longwa Research Institute moved fast. He'd seen this gear in ancient books, said it was an early protective suit from the Longwa Research Institute, light and flexible, could block most attacks. One of the researchers spoke up, holding a life exploration radar. He seemed to pick something up. Stay back. That's an order. Don't come any closer or we'll shoot. He suddenly aimed some kind of gun right at Yi Ju. Whoa, 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 you're the ones who should back off. I'm not here to hurt you. Yi Ju chuckled. He wasn't about to mess with these folks. After all, once the Longshao Research Institute was up and running, he was planning to pay them a visit. Huh? What are you talking about? Don't get closer. We mean it, we'll shoot. The guy was clearly stressed. Go for it. You couldn't kill me if you tried. Yi Ju shrugged and walked straight towards them. The air turned cold. Everyone started freaking out. Damn it. Fire. Bang bang bang. Bang bang bang. But Yi Ju had vanished. He's too fast. Can't even get a bead on him. There he is. The group started shouting in panic. I know you're here to check out the spirit demon. You're trying to figure out how their attacks bypass the laws of physics. Yi Ju shook his head, walked to the crack, and went on, don't get your hopes up. That power is unique to demons. This research is a dead end. Chapter 46 Encountering Researchers by Chance. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Hey! What's the plan? Everyone's eyes narrowed, surprised by the incredible speed of this mysterious guy. You could see him move, but you couldn't track him. Before anyone could say another word, he leaped into the crack, disappearing into the endless darkness below. Why would he do that? Total confusion. Everyone was baffled. Who would have thought someone so powerful, a terrifying superhuman, would essentially commit suicide? No, I think he jumped down there on purpose, looking for what we're after. A scientist ripped off his mask, revealing an old man with a white beard. Director Wu, what do we do now? Another researcher asked, even more bewildered. We go down. We have to see what he's up to, Director Wu said, his voice serious. But, we don't know what's down there. Our equipment can handle the descent, but the risk is enormous. A researcher hurried forward, trying to dissuade him. No one knew what lurked below, all they knew was that demons crawled up from there, the devil's lair. The real devil's lair. If that was the case, then they were walking straight into hell, basically a suicide mission. But that guy just went down. Yeah, maybe it's not what we think. I've made up my mind, Director Wu. Let me go down first, that the spirit of exploration, it's fundamental to humanity. It's not just inventors and scientists who have it, everyone feels that pull, these guys just amplified it. Alright. With the top-tier protective armor, we can pull you out if things get too hairy. Director Wu nodded, and so, the team began setting up the equipment, a vertical descent into the earth. It's so deep. Holy crap, how did that guy just jump? Seriously. Is he some kind of god? Nah, just a high-level superhuman, at least a level 4. Level 4? No way. Do level 4 superhumans actually exist? Well, duh. The discussion turned frantic. After a 5-minute descent, they finally reached a solid surface. Oh my god, who would have thought this would be down here? A honeycomb? Just a honeycomb? Are these holes filled with demons? Is this where they crawl out, that they couldn't keep their cool anymore? This was the freaking gate to hell. Their guess was spot on, this was the entrance to hell, these holes. Passageways to hell. Where'd that guy go? No idea. Let's get to work and collect the data here. Set up all the equipment. Weapon systems online. Be ready to fight and bug out at a moment's notice. Director Wu and his team began to examine the entrance to hell, their curiosity, or recklessness, growing. Finally, they leaped directly into one of the holes, into the corridors of hell. Holy crap, it's a maze down here. Look at these substances. Residue left by the demons. Take samples. Get the samples. Suddenly, a demonic doll floated out of the darkness. Before Director Wu could even react, he felt a cold prickle on the back of his neck. Shocked, he instinctively dove to the side, but he wasn't fast enough. The doll left a bloody gash on his shoulder. He hadn't felt pain in so long, thanks to the protective charm. Chapter 47. The potential of new humanity is unlimited. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Everyone stared at the demon in disbelief. It's a spirit demon, we actually found one. Quick, deploy the particle trap. The sight of Director Wu getting hurt sent a wave of fear through the group. The soldiers protecting them pulled out what looked more like a trap than a gun. It was a special particle capture gun. If all went according to plan, they could capture a spirit demon alive. The value of a spirit demon was off the charts. Their ability to defy the laws of physics. Their bizarre methods of killing. Everything pointed to some kind of energy combination. The laws and pathways of that energy's movement. Director Wu was convinced there had to be an equation hidden within it, and if they could crack it, humans could harness that same energy and gain the abilities of a spirit demon. Fire. Fire. Aim. Now. Boom. A sharp buzz filled the air. The demon doll shrieked as it was frozen in place, captured by the particle gun. Yes. Yes. We did it. Get it out of here, now. This is a monumental leap for humanity. The researchers were ecstatic. Their theory was sound. Wait, what's that? Oh my god. Run. Get out of here. I'm not seeing things, am I? The celebration died in their throats as they froze. Director Wu's mind was reeling, unable to process what he was seeing. Why were there so many demon dolls? A rough count put the number close to 100. What were they going to do? How could they possibly fight this? They were dead, weren't they? Retreat. Get that demon doll to the lab, even if it costs us everything. Run. Director Wu, get out of here. Panic set in. Death was knocking at their door. They were ready to sacrifice themselves, but then, the sky erupted in a chaotic storm of lightning, wind blades, and fire. The demon dolls were instantly annihilated, not a single one remained. What the hell just happened? Did I really see that? I don't believe it, that they stopped in their tracks, stunned, in a single second. Those demon dolls had been reduced to ashes. How was that even possible? Who did it? Who saved them? If you hadn't gotten lucky and run into me, you'd all be dead. A man approached from the distance. It's you. Holy crap, you didn't fall to your death. So strong, unbelievably strong, was it you who killed those demon dolls? The researchers looked like they had seen a ghost. It was a scene that defied all logic, it shattered their understanding of the world. Of course, it was me. Without me, you'd be worm food. Yi Ju walked towards them, a slight smile on his face. Level 5? Wait, you're actually level 5? Are you some kind of god? Seeing Yi Ju's level, their jaws dropped. Thank you. Thank you for your service to our country. Director Wu was genuinely grateful. His shoulder injury, whether minor or severe, paled in comparison. As Yi Ju approached, the wound began to itch, and it actually started to heal. Unbelievable. In a word, monster. To kill hundreds of demons in an instant, it showed him that the potential of the new humans was limitless. Chapter 48. The deal is established. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Oh. You bagged a devil doll. Not bad. Yi Ju nodded. They hadn't found squat, after all, but he wasn't about to rain on their parade. Yeah, we've been planning this for days. Finally paid off. Thanks a bunch. Director Wu looked stoked, seemed he'd totally missed Yi Ju's earlier comment. Thank me? Easy enough. I'm gonna need something in return. You cool with that? Yi Ju nodded, all smiles. Need something? Like what? Director Wu instantly tensed up. The penny dropped. They were in danger. They'd seen firsthand what Yi Ju could do. Wiping them out wouldn't even take 2 seconds. Just like those demon dolls. Suddenly, everyone froze. What I'm after is gold. Yi Ju announced. What? You want sky gold? Director Wu blurted out. Yeah, that space gold. Yi Ju gestured vaguely. You actually know about sky gold. Then you know how important this stuff is. How many grams are you thinking? Director Wu asked, his voice tight. Grams? I'm thinking around 100 pounds. Yi Ju considered for a moment. What? Director Wu almost had a heart attack. 100 pounds? Was he kidding? When they used gold pendants for research, they measured it in grams, and this guy wants 100 pounds right off the bat. He hadn't taken this much damage in Syria. No way. This guy was pulling his leg. Deal's off. Director Wu crossed his arms, shaking his head firmly. We can negotiate. I get that space gold is rare, but the government can totally swing 100 pounds. What do you say we make a trade? Yi Ju countered. What kind of trade? Director Wu asked cautiously. What do you think of my abilities? Yi Ju inquired. Strong. Super strong. The strongest new human I've ever seen. Director Wu was being honest. Yeah, you're way too strong. The others nodded like bobbleheads, keeping their distance. So, don't you think I could be useful to the country? Yi Ju smirked. Useful. Like, you'd be willing to let us do an autopsy on you? Director Wu was clearly grasping at straws. Get out of here. I'm talking about muscle. You guys are after all kinds of demon test subjects, right? I can catch them for you. Yi Ju rolled his eyes. That's a tempting offer. Director Wu's face was etched with worry. The risk of catching a demon was sky high. They'd nearly been wiped out just catching one low-level spirit demon. How were they supposed to catch anything stronger? I can also give you intel you don't have, like what this place is and where it leads. Yi Ju stamped his foot on the ground. That intel is seriously tempting, but I can't just request 100 pounds of gold. You need to keep catching demons for me, rack up some more research contributions, and then I can get 100 pounds approved, no problem. Director Wu frowned. Alright, deal. I trust you'll hold up your end. Yi Ju said, sounding pleased. Catching demons was a walk in the park for him, but if they broke the deal, his smile flickered with a hint of menace. So, can you at least tell us now where we are? Director Wu felt a chill and swallowed hard. Chapter 49 What's Behind the Door? You are listening at novelfull.audio. This is the gateway to hell. Yi Ju stated. Hell. Gateway? What are you talking about? Director Wu and the others were totally lost. Yi Ju smiled. You guys only know about the demons crawling up from underground, but you have no idea that even nastier creatures are waiting to appear. A nastier demon? Director Wu's eyes widened, searching Yi Ju's face. He explained, little devils are a dime a dozen. Then you have the elite devils, a little tougher, who sometimes drop good loot. Stronger than those are the demon bosses. Right now, they're the toughest customers we're facing. First, they're smart, almost like adults. Second, they're so strong that guns and artillery barely scratch them. Only the evolved humans can take them down. We had a demon boss show up in Sector XX. Over 100 evolved humans fell back to protect some VIP. They all died together. And these were people with skills and equipment. Even then, we took massive casualties. Then you have mutated demons. Demons at any level can mutate. A mutated demon boss is even tougher than a regular big demon. And nobody's even seen a mutated big demon boss yet. He paused. Guys like Director Wu haven't even seen a regular big demon. So, where is this nastier demon you mentioned? Director Wu asked quickly. The one guarding the river crossing in the Hell Corridor is the big demon. Yi Ju smiled mysteriously. Corridor? River crossing? Big demon? The group looked confused again. Let me give you a quick rundown, so you don't waste time spinning your wheels. There are 3 gates of hell, the entrance, the passage, and the crossing. The entrance is where we are now, relatively safe. The flesh and spirit nests grow in the corridors. He continued, if we destroy the nest, this hell corridor collapses, and the demons in the river can't get out. He explained the 3 gates of hell to the researchers. It should be a huge help to you all. Really? Director Wu and the others looked surprised and excited. This was cutting-edge information. It meant they were ahead of everyone else, even foreign powers. But how did he know all this? Director Wu looked at Yi Ju with even more complicated eyes. This guy was a complete enigma. But his gut told him Yi Ju was telling the truth. So, is this powerful demon you're talking about the one at the river crossing? The group's faces paled. Even the warriors protecting them looked shaken. Who knew there were 3 tiers of these messed up demons? If the demons at the river ever broke through, humanity would be toast. No, you've got it wrong. The demon at the river crossing is strong, sure, but I can already kill it. Yi Ju shook his head. What? You can kill the demon at the river? Everyone was stunned. They hadn't even seen a big demon. This mysterious man. He'd already taken down the river demon. What did that thing even look like? Then where is this powerful demon you're talking about? A bad feeling crept into Director Wu's heart. The door. The gates of hell. The door is just the entrance. What's behind the door? Suddenly, he felt a chill run down his spine. Chapter 50 The Second Transaction. You are listening at novelfull.audio. What's behind that door? Director Wu asked, his voice trembling. Behind that door, is straight up hell. Yi Ju took a cigarette a soldier offered, drawing on it twice. Smoke rings curled into the air as he spoke. Real hell? that everyone was stunned. Does hell actually exist? Now, they were starting to believe it. The devil showing up had already blown their minds, so, hell existing wasn't too far-fetched, right? Past the river is the first prison, Netherworld. Yi Ju stated, his voice cold. That's right, Netherworld. The demons from Netherworld would become everyone's worst nightmare. Netherworld, the first prison, this is a lot to take in. Director Wu stared at the impassive Yi Ju, shocked. He knew Yi Ju wasn't lying. He didn't have to. In about a month, that river demon will be climbing out. Yi Ju said, grinding out his cigarette. What? A month? That's not enough time. How tough is this river demon? Yeah, we can barely hold our own now. Way too short, way too short. The group erupted, voices overlapping. The river demon's probably around a level 5 newbie. Yi Ju chuckled. Level 5? We're barely level 1. No way, that the soldiers stared at Yi Ju, eyes wide with horror. The researchers started shaking, their legs giving way. What had humanity done to deserve this? Who had they ticked off? Why try to wipe them out? If you want to survive, you better level up to 5, quick. Yi Ju said. Only a level 5's body could handle the fight. Level 4 was pushing it, and they'd need backup. Easy for you to say, pal, a soldier said, shaking his head with a grimace. Then, how long before the Netherworld demon shows up? Director Wu asked suddenly. 3 months, tops, Yi Ju said. And what kind of firepower do we need to take it on? Director Wu pressed. That ties into another piece of intel, and it's crucial. Gotta trade something for it. Yi Ju smirked slightly. The old guy was finally biting. You want us to risk our lives again? Director Wu looked uneasy. Nah, I want something small. Yeah, about the size of a fingernail. Yi Ju gestured. Fingernail-sized, a magic core. You know what a magic core does? Director Wu practically jumped forward, grabbing Yi Ju's shoulders, he was so excited. The magic core was the Temporary Research Institute's biggest discovery. It had been found by a soldier on the front lines whose team had taken down a powerful demon. After he turned it in, all hell broke loose. The magic core was packed with energy, like when someone hits level 1 and unlocks their ability. The energy signatures were a perfect match. The military was already using magic cores to upgrade everything. Modified guns, new power sources, engines. Director Wu had always believed the magic core and the new human abilities were linked. And this guy, Yi Ju, standing right in front of him, knew about it. Otherwise, he wouldn't be asking for one. Of course, I know. So, time for deal number 2, right? A smile spread across Yi Ju's face.